It's a new month, and all I want to do is become the best than I was last month. So, how are you going to be the best this month than you were the other month? You will need to recap, to do an auditing of how your month has been. And what a way to start that, by doing these things I'm going to tell you. There are 8 ways you're going to just do and become who you really want to become this new month. So listen to this. The first thing you'll have to do is to describe how the month has been. And this will need you to have a pen and a paper to write about this. Don't write on something that will be easily disposable. Look for a book, a new book. Find space on an old book and also write about this. You're going to write everything this month has been. And this also encourages you to journal. So if you have a journal, bring it. When describing how your month has been, you're going to write everything. Like from everything you are able to remember, the bad, the good, the ugly, the beautiful, the tiredness, the sadness of everything that happened. If anyone offended you and then you felt so bad about it, you're going to write it down. And all this, you're going to write it down because why? It is going to help you to know, what do I want to improve this month on what I did from what I did last month. So that you'll have to write everything down. Number 2, you're going to write everything that has been good about the previous month. You've written everything that has happened. So now we are going to concentrate on everything good that happened the previous month. So here you will write where you've been, who you visited, who made you laugh, the movies you watched that really made you laugh, the things that made you happy. You're going to write them down. If someone blessed you with something, write it also down. If you received your money, also write it down. The third thing you're going to do, write the challenges that you're able to face. Write every challenge, from waking up early, from the weather, how it's affected you. Write everything down. How people maybe perceived you, or rather how you perceived yourself. Write it down. Those are all the challenges that you faced the previous month. That being done, you're going to also write 5 things you are able to remember from the previous month. Maybe I visited this museum, it was this and this and this, write it down. Maybe I spent a lot of money the other month, write it down. That is something you're able to remember, write it down. Maybe you were on a phone call, on a long phone call with a friend, write it down. The number 5 thing you're going to also note down, is everything you were able to learn the previous month. So what is it that you've been able to learn? Have you been able to learn a new skill? Write it down. Have you been able to learn how to use ChatGPT? Write it down, because it is an AI that helps you. So you heard of it, but you've never used it. But right now you're able to use it. Write it down. So write down, maybe you've been able to learn how to do your makeup. Write it down. You've been able to learn how to do something else, to sing well. Write it down. You've been able to learn how to communicate well. Write it down. After writing everything you've learned the previous month, you're going to write everything you are able to achieve. So these are the goals that you had, maybe towards earlier as the year started, or rather as the month started, and you're able to do this, this, and this. Maybe you had purpose to go to the market to buy a new cloth, and you're able to go there. That is something you've been able to achieve. Write it down. You struggled with waking up, and then 2 consecutive days you are able to wake up early. That is an achievement. Write it down. Number 7, you're going to write what came as a surprise to you that month, this month, the previous month. Write it down. What was a surprise? Maybe you were purposing to go somewhere and then something else just popped up, or rather there was an impromptu event, you went there, you were surprised, write it down. Write it down word by word. What is it that came new to you? You never expected it, but it was there. Write it down. The last one. This is the best part, or rather the thing that I enjoy doing, and that is writing everything you are grateful for the month that has ended. Breathe out. Here, you're going to write everything that you are grateful for. Maybe for your parents, right? You're grateful for your siblings, you're grateful for life, you're grateful for health, you're grateful for how things are, you're grateful for how things turned out to be. Write them down. You can also write of being able to achieve this and this. So everything you've been able to achieve, write it down. The challenges you've been able to face, write it also down as something you're like grateful for. You're able to face it and then were able to pass through it. That being said, when you do your monthly recap, ensure you note everything down. And then I will suggest you buy a book if you don't have one. And if you have one, the best. If you have a journal, please use your journal to also just write a recap of how the month, maybe of May, of June, July has been. Since we are in a new month, you can also write how the previous month has been. Maybe if it is December, write how it has been. If it is May, write how it has been. Currently, we are in the early days of September, so also write about how August has been. Write, note them down. Everything. The friends you met, the things you ate, something you felt sour about, something that made you sad, write it down. This will help you to know on what things you are supposed to improve on and on things that you are to let them be the way they have to be. That being said, a happy soul, a happy life. And you can't be a happy soul and have a happy life if you don't recap or if you don't just see and audit how things has been in your life. So do this and then you will thank me later. Bye.